Hello.
It's me.
Murderous Swatter.
Sorry if I scared you, but only because I have an announcement to make. I'm starting a series. The series is going to be a tutorial on how to make FNAF6 in Obby Creator, and I hope you guys like it. There is gonna be three chapters. The first chapter is going to be the salvaging part, but before we start, thank you to Bingola for series idea, and I want to thank you all for the overwhelming amount of support with the new videos. It really helps me keep making these videos for you guys, even though they aren't very popular. But we be wasting time, fool. Let's begin. Hello Isami, this first part of this chapter is going to be the paper flip-up mechanic.
Document results.
Okay, so basically, make sure you have your table, paper, and questions built already. Now, copy your response paper on the table. Great. Now make your original response paper invisible. Now make a button. After you make one, cover it over the paper on the table. Now make sure to make the button invisible, color black, and material force field. Now use these settings on behavior. Button type, invisible. Show timer, false. Time, 1. Click radius, 200. Done. Now make a conveyor. Now add a part on the front of the conveyor. After that, add a push part in front of the part. Now, edit the button that covers up the paper, and select the part for objects. Now add a button like this. Okay, now use these settings. Button type invisible. Show timer, false. Time, infinite. Push block activated, true. Modify effects on. Now move the button in front of the part. Now edit objects, and if you have a response paper with text on it, select all the text on it. Great job! Now, duplicate your button on the conveyor. Move it over here. Now, move the button covering up the paper for a second. Now for objects, select the paper, everything on it. Now, put the button back on. Let's test this. Oh, and make sure to turn collide off for buttons. There. Let's test this. IT work. Oh my god, I forgot another thing. Make your conveyor speed 1. Now add a respawn part at the end of the conveyor. Make sure it respawns push parts too. Respawns push parts, true. Now duplicate your button on the conveyor. Change to button type to objects visible. Now, for object on the button, select the other response paper from before. And your questions. Let's test this. IT work. Now duplicate the conveyor, part, and respawn part, push block, and move it. Here. Move the respawn part a little closer on this one. Now duplicate the entire thing again. Very cool. Now make the button. Cover it up on one of the questions. Like this. Now, make sure that the color is black, material is force field, and that it is invisible. Now duplicate the button and put it on the other answer. Okay, now for both buttons the behavior should be show timer, false, timer, 1, button type, make objects invisible, push block activated true. Nice job. Now for the buttons, select one of the parts on the conveyors for objects. After that, move the buttons off for a second like this. Okay, now duplicate a button from the previous conveyor belt onto both of them here. This part gets annoying, so follow my instructions carefully. Make another part to cover up the answer box, which I have here. Now, select the button on the conveyor. For objects, select the thing that is covering up the box on the answer. After you do that, make it invisible, then duplicate it to the other box. Now on the other conveyor, select the button. For objects, select the other questions box cover up, like this. For objects, select the other questions box cover up, like this. Okay, now duplicate the button and move it over here. Turn it into objects invisible instead of objects visible. Then, make it stretch over both conveyors. Then for objects, select the paper and answers, including buttons. Now go back to the first conveyor we made. Select the objects visible button and edit objects. Now, add the buttons from the answer box thingies. Confirm it. Then, select the objects invisible button and edit objects. Now add the button covering the paper up. The reason for this is to make it so they can't open the paper up while the audio prompt is playing. Now, put the buttons back on the answers. Let's test this out so far. Okay, so it disappears when we answer it, but the paper on the table doesn't reappear. Now duplicate the button that stretches on both conveyors, and move it more to the respawn part. Okay, after that, select the paper and button on the table for objects. Let's test this. IT work. Okay, we are really close to finishing. Now move the respawn part closer to the buttons like this. This glitches out, but don't worry, we will fix it. What we are going to have to do is delete the invisible part at the start of the conveyor. Okay, now we can finally put the questions on the paper again. Noise. Alright, now move it to above the paper. Okay, now, Duplicate a button from the conveyor.
No, no, you can't have
Make
it.
sure it is objects invisible, and collide on. Now copy the push part and move it over there. Select objects and behavior. And then select all the text on the flip-up paper. Okay, I think we can test this. OMG, it's a fan. Okay, let's actually test this lol. It works.
Water and water and water, water, 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 water and water and water, water.
Hey, want to listen to some tunes?
Water and water, water.
Was that the bite of 87?